Good morning. It is August, 15th, 16th, and I showed you where I was putting in this concrete. I've put in the first 2 pours there, and I've torn down. There used to be a lean-to or an awning there, a cover, and I'm moving the cover over here, and I'm just going to do a better cover over there. So things are still sort of torn apart here, and been going about 3 different directions at once, but I did want to take just a minute to come out here and look at the garden. I put in this 2-inch, 2.5, what is this, 3-inch, I can't remember what it is, pipe that comes off of my, I think I showed you a couple of videos ago, how I made a little opening, a little trough, and I dipped the pump down into it, and I can feed it through here. I've got these little valves. I can turn it there and force all the water to go that way, and it just sort of comes out over there, and I can do that at these various places. And down there I just have it capped, so it can go out that way. It works pretty good, but I wanted to just take a second here, and it rained last night, by the way. Let's take a second and see what we've got here. Well, if we start over here, we still have a bunch of beets that we need to pick. The beans and stuff are coming in faster than we can eat them, and we've been canning. Probably got 8 or 9 jars of these beans. And the beets as well. We've got so many beets. We're just leaving these in the ground until we can handle them. And the tomatoes are just now coming on. Today I'm coming out and I'm going to probably get a whole, I don't know, I'll get a lot of them. But it's like a jungle in here. I haven't been pruning or anything really. And it hasn't seemed to have stunted the growth. Maybe I would have gotten some more tomatoes had I not, but yeah, they got so big that we're using strings and everything else to keep them up. And we're getting some really, really good sized tomatoes. Some of them are the big variety, and some of them are this nice little variety. And some of them are super tasty, and some of them are orange. Some of them are green. But it is definitely time to come in here and do some picking. This one we messed up on. We thought it was going to be a little tomato plant, and it turned out to be a gigantic tomato plant. And we didn't put a cage on it. This one, we thought it was going to be one of these little guys here, where you can just use a stake. Here's some nice red guys right there. Purple beans still coming in. Once you boil these things, if you boil them, I like to just eat them like when they're young like this. When they're young like that, just eat them. But you boil them and the purple goes away. Yeah, so I'm going to pick all these, and we're going to do tomato sauces and salsas and just can it. We've got plenty on our table. I bet we could live the entire winter off of this garden. There's so much stuff here. You know, if we could live off tomatoes and beets and tomatillos, because there's not enough corn and cabbage. Really, there's, let me see here, 1, 2. Well, we've already got some cabbage in that we've picked some heads, and so I don't know if it makes any sense to count because I don't know how many we've already picked. There's about 21 here now. And this poor little one over here at this giant sunflower, smash it. Well, I'm standing here in the middle of the peppers, the hot peppers, which are doing great. We've got, I can't remember what you call these peppers here that grow up and they turn red. And here's some jalapenos. We've already picked a number of those. And more jalapenos. Some of these and down at the other side we've got more peppers, you know, the bigger peppers, and plus some hot banana shaped peppers. I don't remember what they are, Anaheim or something. And the corn, so I guess what sort of fell down. The corn is doing its thing. I don't know if it will the day after it rains. If it will release pollen or if the pollen's all washed off of it. Well, anyway, that's the update for now. These red tomatoes, these little cherry tomatoes, they're red and ready down on the bottom. And these are a different variety. These orange ones, they're the super sweet ones. But the these little red tomatoes on this tree up top there, green and orange, are not ready. I'm just starting to pick these tomatillos, and you can see they are splitting right out of the skin. They're so ready. Not all of them, just a few of the plants are like that. Yeah, I've seen probably 10 different kinds of bees out here. Literally, little ones, big ones, black ones, bumblebees of different sorts, regular honeybees. So here's a regular honeybee here. And here goes a little one right over here, just a tiny little bee. Up there's a really, yeah, I know that you can't see any of this. There. So here we've got some bees up here in these flowers. And we have some bees buzzing around down here, littler ones. So we've harvested a bunch of tomatillos and tomatoes, and earlier in the year we harvested a whole bunch of onions, and we just sort of dug up the last of the potatoes, and I put the potatoes out on these little trays, and the trays get stacked up over there. That way they can just sort of dry out, and then I'll take them. I've got in the house sort of a root cellar kind of area, and I'll take them, I'll put them in there, and they'll last for quite a while. And by the way, we didn't get, so we've got garlic. That's the remainder of our garlic. I don't know where the heck the onions are. But we didn't get a lot of the pickles this year. Some of the plants just didn't grow, and so I think I didn't amend the soil very well in that area, because everywhere else things grew really well, just not in that area where the pickles were. Here's a little bit more of what we brought in this morning. We brought in a bunch of these beets, different varieties in there, and these carrots. These are I can't remember, regular carrots, but they would have been probably twice as long, but our soil gets kind of rocky, and so I've been threatening these past couple of years to go in there and just use like a middle buster and just dig up the bottom of the ground there, and then go through and pull out all the rocks that I possibly can, and backfill it with some good loose compost. But got some really good carrots and beets.